invited me for a spa and I came out wrapped in a towel. I would run into her fiancé in the bedroom, Edward Wilder. Edward was standing in the doorway, staring at me. I had stopped dancing to the music and froze. The sudden encounter made me gasp, and I turned around, clutching my towel tightly. But he recognized me instantly. Penelope Barnes, no, Penelope Bangs, Phoenix. His high school crush, Edward thought. What was she doing in his bedroom? Ah, I screamed. Edward noticed the shock in my eyes, fear, surprise, panic. It almost amused him, but it'd take more to make him laugh. Before he could speak, Tatian rushed in. What's wrong, Pen? I pointed at him, my finger trembling slightly as I tried to recover from the shock. I quickly turned off the nauseating music on my phone. My brown eyes, once wide with fear, now narrowed into slits, looking confused, maybe even recognizing something. Edward raised an eyebrow. He'd changed a lot since high school, so it made sense I didn't recognize him right away, but he recognized me immediately. He was my high school bully, so why wouldn't he recognize me? Just one look, and it was like we were back in high school. That strange, unexplainable chemistry between us was back. Then, Tatian laughed as though my shock was part of some private joke. Oh, I forgot to tell you Edward's coming home today, she said, leaning in close to him, her signature candy-scented perfume filling the air. She kissed him on the cheek twice, but he pushed her away immediately, clearly uncomfortable. Pen, you remember Edward, right? Of course you do. He's my fiancé now, Tatian said proudly. Edward, this is Penelope, she said casually. Penelope Barnes, you probably don't remember her. Penelope Bangs, Edward interrupted, his eyes still locked on me. How could he forget? Oh, you remember her? Tatian asked, disappointed, as she looked between us. How could I forget? Edward muttered. I hadn't changed much. My bangs still hid my face, but without my thick glasses, and with a towel hugging my body, it was clear I hadn't gained much weight since high school. Tatian went on, of course you remember her. You almost saved her life, Edward. I let out a sigh. Edward Wilder, I said, trying to hide my disappointment. He smirked internally, amused at my reaction. He had seen me in less than flattering circumstances before, almost exposed, in his bedroom. But it was too late, his body was still reacting to me. I wasn't just the girl he bullied in high school. I was also his secret crush, the girl he had the weirdest fantasies about. Tatian kept talking, ignoring the tension in the room. You were such a hero that day, Edward. You saved her life, but it ruined the party. I almost drowned, Tatian. It wasn't a party trick. I snapped. Edward's eyes never left me. He remembered how light my body felt when he pulled me from the water, how frantic he was pumping air into my lungs. 2 minutes felt like a lifetime. That was the first and only time he'd ever truly felt scared. Tatian continued, oblivious to the way things were shifting between us. Yeah, well, if it weren't for Edward, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I was about to snap when Tatian casually mentioned how she had fallen in love with him that day, but I knew I loved Edward then, she said with a grin. Okay, right, you two are great, I interrupted, my nerves taking over. Tatian waved it off, not even noticing my discomfort. Of course, Pen, your room's ready down the hall. We'll talk later. Edward and I have stuff to do. She gave him a sly smile, but he barely noticed. I immediately shot back sarcastically. Oh, thanks, Tatian, really, you're a gem. Always, Penelope, always.